Why are the LA Dodgers so into rubbing fingers with Donald Trump?
When Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls won one of their first championships, his teammate and three-point sharpshooter Craig Hodges wore a dashiki to the White House and delivered a handwritten letter to President Bush about the state of Black America. When Shaq's college point guard Chris Jackson, who later became Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, converted to Islam, he refused to stand for the national anthem and instead prayed for peace. New York Met first baseman and Puerto Rican Carlos Delgado sat in the dugout and prayed for peace in Iraq. And in 1968, U.S. Olympic medalists Tommy Smith and Juan Carlos raised a black fist in the air in protest, while thousands of students outside were being assassinated and slaughtered. And famously, Muhammad Ali was stripped of his heavyweight championship for refusing to fight in Vietnam. And in fact, hundreds of thousands of soldiers refused to fight in Vietnam. There's a movie called FTA, another one called Sir, No Sir, where you can learn the original meaning of the word Bloods, which was solidarity among black soldiers who refused to fight in Vietnam. In fact, the term DAP, which later became Pound, it means love in Vietnamese. And then there's soccer legend Diego Maradona, who defended the huge successes and improvements in education, healthcare, and fighting poverty in Cuba and Venezuela. Kobe Bryant in LA embraced the working class Latino immigrant community that loved him so much. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar coached the Navajo basketball team to a state championship after retiring. And Inglewood natives Byron Scott and Eldon Campbell both expressed solidarity during the 1992 uprising in protest of the vicious beatings of Rodney King by the LAPD. But those days are over. Today's batch of professional athletes are largely spoiled, ignorant sellouts. They are runway models for American consumerism and patriotism, while shimmying for the children of the 1%. Just go to any Laker or Dodger game and count the surveillance cameras. Then look closely at the stands. You won't see any real working class kids, especially kids of color. Look at the food and event workers. They live in perpetual poverty all over the country. Professional athletes in America used to stand with their community. Now they're just a bunch of sellout clowns juggling balls for the 1%. But I get it. People want to experience joy, achievement, camaraderie, success, excitement. But as one of my homies used to say, you ain't on the team. Why do you cheer so fanatically? More importantly, why don't you get into shape and play a game yourself? Start a recreational soccer league or softball league or basketball league. Invite your kids and your neighbors. A bowling team. Shit, play pickleball at the bar. But if you think buying an $800 jersey makes you an honorary Dodger, you're on crack. One of the Dodgers owners just came out on the Epstein files. So the next time you see any Dodger or Laker rubbing fingers with Donald Trump, don't be surprised. Shit, they might do a little reach around.
You need to stop cheering.
Without cheering for people who don't give a fuck about you.